Man, it didn't take long. We already live. We already live. Yes, sir. It's the Just More Sports Show. How's everybody doing? Y'all see this live. Y'all come on in. Y'all tap in. Y'all chime in. Y'all do anything necessary to see what we're talking about this Saturday morning. This Saturday morning, we got a little something going on, man. I heard the NBA thinking about returning to NBC. It's cute. Right. Throwback NBC theme music. And hence the return of the NBA on NBC. Yes, sir. So that's what that is. What you think about it, Juice, man?
When is it supposed to return?
I don't know. They just like in preliminary talks right now. So everything sounds like it's just kind of like, up in the air. They're saying they might do away with NBA on TNT, but they do have a bid in. Yeah, they got a bid in.
I did see Charles Barkley was interviewing. We're doing an interview with Dan Patrick. I remember him talking about it. He was asking what's going to happen to TNT if they want to come back. But I didn't realize that NBC was going to come back. That's crazy.
I think that'd be pretty good. Every now and then you got to switch up the network.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm with that all the way, man. I'm with that all the way, man.
Me too.
That's what that is, man. Did you notice
Say again?
Did you notice the shift in the dynamic for how the game is changing as far as like no KD, no LeBron, no Steph, no James?
Changing the guard, for real.
Yeah.
No, I see it.
I like that. Get some of these young guns out here, man.
Right.
Make something happen, man.
Oh, man, I totally agree, man. I mean, it's time to give the young boys some time. And, I mean, they've said it. Guys like KD and Steph, they played longer than guys in the past. Like, they're supposed to be on their way out, really. So,
yes, sir.
I get it.
They definitely supposed to be on their way out, and I like the whole idea. We got, let's see, it's looking like, game 1 is today of the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. Who you got?
You know what?
Juice, man.
I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but I kind of think the T-Wolves have the guys to match up. I mean, we see what Ant-Man is doing. The guy's young, and he's out to kill whoever's in front of him. And he took out his childhood, his idol in KD. And Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, the guy's balling, and I think Rudy Gobert can hold his own with the Joker. My only question mark is, as far as matchups, can Conley keep up with Jamal Murray? That's my only question mark, but. It's gonna be a great series, I believe. It may even go 7 games. What you think?
Yeah, I think it's gonna go 7. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a possibility it could go 7, a strong possibility it could go 7. So if it does go 7, I'm all there for it. Got a comment there. KG the boss, John Baptiste says he told us about Ant-Man. Yeah, I think we all kind of saw Ant-Man coming, my guy. I think we all saw him coming. As far as this series go, I think they're built to beat Denver. I don't know if they got the experience to beat Denver. Denver's been around since the 2020, so they've been on the cusp. It kind of reminds you of the Pistons, how they had to take their lumps, how the Bulls had to take their lumps. Nobody really just showed up and it was like they was there, except for probably like the Spurs after they got dunked, and they just kind of like was there. And then, but everybody else has pretty much had to take their lumps. We already know about LeBron, Magic. Well, Magic showed up, he was there. Bird showed up, he was there. But you get what I'm saying. For the most part, you got to take your lumps. So in this one, until you beat the champs, they the champs. I'm gonna go Denver, and I'm gonna go Denver in 6. I just
Mm,
they got too much. That's a they know how to win. It's one thing to want to win,
mm,
but to know how to win, that's crucial, especially in basketball. Basketball and football are totally different dynamic. The better team is going to win. This ain't
right.
March Madness. The better team is going to win. Like you might get an upset in a game or two, but for the most part, the better team is going to win. I'm pulling for Ant-Man. I want to see Ant-Man do his thing. I think he's kind of I got next mode. But
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Denver in 6. That is game 1 today. I think that's on TNT. That'll be 5 o'clock
Right.
p.m. And in the other Western Conference semifinals, this is the Just North Sports Show. Don't forget to check us out wherever you get your podcast. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook Live. We appreciate all the love. JKG, the boss, John Baptiste, says Minnesota in 6. He's
Mm,
got the Wolves in 6. Okay. Let me keep you posted. May have to hit you on the pinger and see if we can get you back up in this thing, and we'll reconvene after a couple of games and see if you want to rethink that. In the other Western Conference, Dallas Mavericks were able to dispatch the Los Angeles Clippers in 6 games. I'm looking
mm,
for the I-35 showdown, kind of a rivalry. You take it back to the dirt. Westbrook, Kevin Durant days.
mm,
Got the Oklahoma City with the young gun SGA. They're taking
mm,
on Don Luca, Uncle Drew, and the Dallas Mavericks. I'm really impressed by the Dallas Mavericks. They are playing some pretty good defense. They look like a much better constructed team.
mm,
Jason Kidd has kind of got these Mavericks headed toward the 2011 Dallas Mavericks, getting the pieces. They're playing defense. And with him being the point guard on that championship team, he knows just how to get it done. That's going to be an interesting series. Luca is Luca looks like, well, I guess it's just because of his body weight and body type. He looks like he's an old 25, I guess.
yeah.
But Kyrie's been through the playoff battles. They've definitely got some post defense that can go down and do what they need to do, get some lobs and stuff like that. SGA is young. And this reminds me of the 2011, 2012 Oklahoma City, the Harden, Westbrook, Durant, Ibaka team. They got SGA, they got Dort, they got the Williams. You see what I'm saying? They got Chet Holmgren. So that's gonna be an interesting season. Who you got, KG? Dallas or OKC? What you leaning towards, Juice Man, in that series?
You know what, man? OKC, like you just said, it's a young and up and coming team. But I got to go with Dallas because Kyrie Irving has been there. He's been there and done that before. He's been in these situations, and I I want to concentrate on Kyrie because of how he's approached this year. He looked like he's totally focused. There's no drama off the court, and you can see that Luka is actually trying to play defense, and it looks like he's trying really hard to get his team over the hump. They've got a lot of depth off the bench. They're big guys. That the kid Lively and what's the other guy named Galford. Like they're real good on the boards. I see Dallas. I see Dallas winning this series. I say I'm gonna say 6 games.
All right, Juice Man says Mavs in 6.
Yeah.
That up there for everybody to see. I like this series. It's definitely gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good series.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! As far as the breakdown, I'm not gonna really give a breakdown. I'm still reeling from what the Mavs were able to pull off last night. I think game 1 is Tuesday night. So maybe I'll chime in with a little clip or a little reel or something to give y'all my analysis. But I like SGA.
Yeah.
He reminds me of Penny Hardaway. Closest thing I think I've seen to Penny Hardaway in a long, long time. Penny Hardaway, Brandon Roy type combo mix, real smooth. You could barely rattle him. I think Oklahoma City is a better constructed team,
Mm.
Youth may not be served, but if Dallas doesn't play defense, Oklahoma City is going to absolutely take them apart. They're gonna take them apart. I'm gonna go Thunder in 7. I think this is a battle. I think it's gonna go all the way down to the wire. I'm gonna go Thunder in 7. I think the Thunder get it done, and I think we'll have a Oklahoma City Thunder versus Denver Nuggets Western Conference Finals. That's what I'm going with. Over in the East, the New York Knicks were able to dispatch the Philadelphia 76ers in 6 games. Joel Embiid, albeit hobble playing on one leg, Bell's palsy, and all that good stuff. They succumbed to the Knicks. The Knicks are a very good defensive team. Well-constructed team. Even without Julius Randle, they were able to take care of the Philadelphia 76ers. They will move on to take on the Indiana Pacers, who were able to beat a Dameless, Giannisless Milwaukee Bucks team. I'm high on the Knicks right now. Real good team. I think they dispatch of the Pacers kind of quick. I'm gonna go Knicks in 5. I'm gonna go
Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5 over the Indiana Pacers.
Wow, man. My only concern about the Knicks is that I feel like all their offense is coming from Brunson, and like I just don't think they have. I mean, I know they've gone very far, obviously, and they've had a great season, and I don't think nobody expected them to be this far. But I feel like the Pacers have more. They have more shooters around, including Halliburton. Their big guy Turner can shoot threes too. It just seems like they have more scorers on the Pacers team. I'm gonna go with the Pacers in 6 games. I might be going out on a limb, but I'm gonna go with Pacers at 6.
Okay.
Shocker of the weekend.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Juice Man is going Pacers in 5 and 6 over the New. I like Indiana; they're able to score, but I think Tibbs is a good defensive coach. He gonna put the defense together. And in playoff basketball, the possession slow down. They tend to play a little bit more defense. Mm-hmm. So give me the New York Knickerbockers in that one. They'll move on. Okay. And then it's like we got a game 7, Cleveland and Orlando. Give me the Cavaliers in that one. Donovan Mitchell, Spider, put 50 on the Orlando Magic last night, and they still lost. Oh, Orlando's a good team. Yeah, Orlando's a good too. Banchero and those guys, they're playing really, really good. Tough team to beat at home. I think they do go home though in Game 7. I think that Game 7 is Sunday at the Q in Cleveland. So I think they'll move on. They'll take on Boston. But we'll discuss the Eastern Conference semifinals part of that bracket when that series is underway. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but that's where we are in the NBA. If you caught earlier in the show, the NBA is planning to return. Well, there's some preliminary talks to have the NBA return to NBC, which could spell the demise and the ultimate end of the NBA on TNT. I hope there's a way they can both, keep those things, but nothing lasts forever. Right. Kenny, Chuck, Charles, and Ernie, they've had a good run, but nothing lasts forever. But at any rate, it would be good to see the NBA push those new stars up there. And for the first time in a long time, and it's never a wrong time to have the new stars come up. So we got no KD, we got no LeBron, we got no Steph. James Harden is gone. Paul George is gone. Giannis seems like he's old. Even though he's only, 26, 27?
I think he's 29.
29. Okay. There we go. So Giannis seems old, but just not to have Steph, those Draymond, the Klay Thompsons, the no LeBron, no Harden, just what we've been used to. No CP3. It's like the literal changing of the guard, and that's what that is. And that's it's always good to push that to the forefront. And I kind of had an opinion on it earlier. It was like during the regular season, they would always hype up these games that were to come on TV, and they would always push LeBron, Steph, LeBron, Steph, or KD, or the Sixers versus Jokic, and then you get all this hype and build up to the game, and then somebody would pull up with an injury, and you wouldn't even get to see the primetime matchup. So my suggestion was stop putting the Lakers versus the Warriors on every Sunday night or every Saturday night. Stop putting the Warriors versus the Celtics on if they're not all going to play. Stop putting Joel Embiid on every Saturday night going to play. Nobody knows who SGA is for the most part, or the casual fan doesn't, really understand who SGA is and how he's a serious MVP candidate because you don't show him. Okay, so LeBron's going to pull up hobbled and weak every 2 or 3 games, and you got him scheduled before the Saturday night. Snatch the game off the air and go ahead and put SGA on there. Ain't nobody going to watch it if LeBron ain't playing anyway. So stop rewarding them, if they ain't gonna play. Let's put some of this young talent up there. There's no way nobody should know who SGA is. There's no way anybody should know like what's going on in Indiana. Like you gotta mark if you're the NBA, you gotta market what's hot and what's popping,
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
that's just what that is. I mean, you gotta put them out there. So
you just get the feeling that the media is trying to hold on to guys like Steph, guys like KD, LeBron. Like it just seems like they don't want to let go and want to focus on guys that are coming up because they haven't won. They haven't gone deep in the playoffs yet, or they haven't won a championship yet. It's just time to focus on the new blood, and I think the game is in a good place in general, and so, but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to what's the next 5-10 years gonna look like in the NBA.
Oh man, I think the NBA is going to be in good shape. I mean, there's always the stars are always going to be replaced. It's like a revolving door. So
Right.
that's what that is. It's just a revolving door. You're going to have new stars that come in, and the NBA is one of those games where it's a younger game, and we're just not used to LeBron and Tom Brady. Like they spoil us. But if you look at like Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, and I hate to pick on those 2 guys, but they just look old. Like Kevin Durant looks like they're old, 30, whatever, 37.
35.
Draymond looks like
35. Yeah.
Draymond looks like he's just lost. And LeBron, this just goes to show what LeBron and Tom Brady was able to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you're executives and stuff, don't be fooled by that and think that's the norm because it's not the norm. Most of these guys are washed. Like Klay Thompson is a wash. Like
I can't believe, man.
he's gone.
I'm shocked by that. I see Klay Thompson, man, and it's just shocking.
Yeah.
5 years ago, he was just lighting it up, and then all of a sudden he can't buy a bucket. It's crazy, man.
The crazy thing about it is he's still going to get a pretty good deal on wherever he goes. If he stays in Golden State, whatever, he's still going to make 15,
right,
25, 15, $20 million a year, which is he's not getting any more maxes. You know what it is, but that's just how the game is going right now. So. At any rate, the NBA playoffs moving right along. Again, it's just no sports show. You got Dr. Producer, you got Juice Man jumping in on this Saturday morning, going live. We appreciate everybody chiming in, tapping in, and everything. We had kind of like a little discussion going on, if y'all saw the poll, and it leads me to the next segment of the show. Thank everybody for tuning in. So, here we go. There's a narrative out there that somehow Caleb Williams has more talent than J.J. McCarthy. And I'm going to tell you why J.J. McCarthy is absolutely set up to fail. Absolutely set up to fail. Absolutely set up to fail. And it's like we keep falling for the same old every single time when it comes to the quarterback position in the NFL. Mm-hmm. All right. So Kirk Cousins goes and he inks $100 million with the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins is the biggest inflation quarterback in the history of the NFL. What you think, dude?
Man, that's ridiculous how much money that dude has made, man. And he's mediocre at best. I don't. I mean, I know why, but it's still it's. I shake my head, man, because the guy puts up big numbers in regular season games, but then when he gets to crunch time in the playoffs, he doesn't elevate the team. Um, but yeah, he knows how to get his money. That's for sure.
Yes, sir. That's for sure. He does know how to get his money. He's got a good agent. And then the Falcons turned right back around and they selected Michael Penix Jr. with the number 8 pick. So I'm gonna tie this all in together. Y'all just walk with me. So we see the dynamic here, and we see the dynamic that's going on with the number 1 pick, Caleb Williams, and the number 4 pick, J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. That's championship Jim Harbaugh. So number 1, just off the rip, it's a quarterback-driven league, so I get that McCarthy was taken number 4 overall. I get that. That's no surprise, but he was not the 4th best player in this NFL draft. You have a hard time convincing me of that. I saw at least 15 to 20 players that were better than J.J. McCarthy, and this is just off my personal opinion and just by watching these football games. Like, I don't think McCarthy is better than Shedeur Sanders, and that's just being honest. You put Shedeur Sanders behind that Michigan offensive line. Woo. But that's neither here nor there. Just walk with me, and you'll get what I'm saying. So Caleb Williams has Keenan Allen, who is basically out there with no hamstrings. Cole Kmet is a pretty good tight end. DeAndre Swift, often injured. DJ Moore, I'll give DJ Moore his props. He's good to go. He's good to go. DJ Moore is a solid wide receiver. I like him. Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago Bears have a horrible offensive line. All right?
Yep.
So Caleb Williams is expected to take Keenan Allen, who will probably miss 6 or 7 games with a bad hamstring and a horrible offensive line. Don't be surprised if Swift misses time. And on the other side, you have J.J. McCarthy, who has probably the best wide receiver in the game in Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hockenson, Aaron Jones, Jordan Addison, and a surprisingly very good offensive line in Minnesota. So let's just say Caleb Williams goes out and he starts 1-4, and J.J. McCarthy goes out and he starts 4-1. What you think is going to happen? Give me your opinion, Juice.
Man, Caleb Williams, he's expected to me, he's expected to come out the gate and put up big numbers, and just because of the talent that he has around him. And I think for sure J.J. McCarthy has a better supporting cast. So I think he's going to have a longer leash, J.J. McCarthy is, versus Caleb Williams, just because of where Caleb Williams was picked and the expectations of the number 1 pick.
It's not even close. Like,
right.
I'm gonna pull up something real quick here. I've got to see the amazing amount of people who think that. Okay. So the question was posed yesterday, and this is on our Facebook page, the Just North Sports Show. If you're not following that page, go ahead and slide over and give that page a follow to keep up with the latest sports topics we'll be discussing with the podcast. Anyway, question was posed: which rookie QB has more weapons to work with going into the upcoming season? We had a total of, it looks like 26 votes. Overwhelmingly, like 80% of the people thought that Caleb Williams had more weapons to work with than J.J. McCarthy. And just to get it started, I'm gonna give some names. I'm gonna put some. I got receipts. Andre Hurd, Von Marshall, Julius Moore, Sigmund Henderson, Lee Gardner, Lyndon McDaniel, Brandon Perkins, Dre Lindell, Markel Trapp, Ian Jackson, J.R. Scott. Yeah, there's just a few of those names that thought that Caleb Williams is gonna have more to work with. Let me read those again. Andre Hurd, Von Marshall, Julius Moore, Sigmund Henderson, Lyndon McDaniel, Dre Lindell, Ian Jackson. If I had a rewind button, I would hit it again. One more time, though. Andre Hurd,
Oh man,
Von Marshall, Sigmund Henderson, and Lyndon McDaniel and Ian Jackson all thought that Caleb Williams has more to work with
man.
than J.J. McCarthy. So who would you rather have? Would you rather have Keenan Allen or Justin Jefferson?
You know what, man? So I got some stats here for Justin Jefferson. He's been in the league 3 years? Going on his 4th year, and all 3 years he's gone over 1,000 yards in receiving. And then let me go to Keenan Allen's stats. I mean, he's been in the league from 2013 to 2023, 10 years.
Yep.
And he's only had 4 seasons of over 1,000 yards receive. Well, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 years over 1,000 yards receiving, and he's been in the league that long. I mean, Justin Jefferson has already showed what he's capable of doing on the field. So it's not even close as far as the comparison. So that's what
we're working with. That's what we're rocking with. It's not even close, right?
Right. It's not close.
Not close. So what we got as far as the tight end situation? Who do you like?
So tight ends, I mean, both are. I mean, they're not great. So T.J. Hawkinson, his best year was actually in 2023. He had over 960 yards, over 3,500 yards in his career. And then Kmet, his best year was in 2021, just 612 yards, over 2,100 yards receiving. That's what Caleb Williams has to throw to versus T.J. Hawkinson with J.J. McCarthy. So again, I don't know why we picked Caleb Williams to have a better supporting cast. I don't know what we were thinking, but the numbers don't lie. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy has more to work with.
The numbers don't lie. Okay, so Aaron Jones versus DeAndre Swift. Who would you rather have?
Let's see. Again, it's similar to the receiver position. Aaron Jones. Hold on, let me get to it real quick. He's had 2019, 2020, and then 2022. He had over 1,000 yards, and then Swift only had went over 1,000 yards once, and that was in 2023. I mean, Aaron Jones has got better numbers.
Yeah, of course he has better numbers.
I mean, I know he's been in the league longer, but still, it's not a contest again.
Okay, run it. You had a slide up there.
Yeah. So this is DeAndre Swift's numbers. Just 254 targets, 195 receiving yards. And let's go to Aaron Jones real quick. Hold on. I mean, Aaron Jones is blowing him out of the water receiving yards. 272, and they're over 2,000 yards receiving.
Okay. There we go. Now, albeit I'll take all things considered that Aaron Jones did have a better quarterback situation in Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So those would sway definitely some of those receiving numbers in the favor of Jones. Okay, so
yeah,
we're going to take that into consideration and give Swift some benefit of the doubt. Swift was stuck in Detroit, but if you just look at the injuries alone, part of being the best you can be is being out there. So if you ain't out there, then even if Jones was playing with the subpar quarterback, I think he would still have better numbers because Swift he's always been hurt. So I definitely don't see him being a better weapon than Aaron Jones at this point in his career. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 years, running back shelf not that long, albeit, but maybe within the next few years or so, he can sway the other way. But there's nothing there to convince me that Caleb Williams has more weapons than Caleb Williams has more to work with than J.J. McCarthy. And I think outside of Tevin Jenkins, which is a pretty good offensive line, Chicago's offensive line is not that good. I guess that's why Caleb. That's why they got a mobile quarterback. They
Justin Fields was. I saw a stat. How many sacks he suffered? Like he was running for his life the entire time.
The same thing will happen to Caleb Williams,
right? Yeah.
So the weapons are y'all gonna have to talk to me if y'all see this. When y'all see this, y'all go back and y'all go revisit that poll. I'm gonna have to clip this thing up because y'all gotta tell me what y'all seeing, other than just like Caleb Williams has more weapons than just. I don't know. I'm just trying to get some dialogue going because I don't agree with that one. I have a hard time understanding. Now DJ Moore, he's a good wide receiver. He's a real good wide receiver. I'm not even gonna knock it. But that young kid Jordan Addison as a number 2 with Justin Jefferson, like that could be like this could be the year that he just, okay, I'm here now. We got 2 number 1s. You see what I'm saying? Or 1A, All Pro. We know what Jettas is. But on the other side, that young Addison, he showed in Jetta's absence last year that I'm here too. They're gonna have to pay attention to what's going on. So we're gonna see how that turns out. As far as it goes, the offensive line is just kind of like, okay, Minnesota's got a better offensive line than Chicago. So this is why I say Caleb Williams was set up to fail. Caleb Williams has a bad season this year. And J.J. McCarthy leads the Vikings to the playoffs, and let's just say he gets 1 win. The narrative will shift quickly to Caleb Williams is a bust. And you see how that happens just that fast. And not only are we being misled to believe that Caleb Williams has better weapons, ladies and gentlemen, he's in the same division.
Oh, man.
That is not a good sign for Caleb Williams. He's always going to be looked at and in comparison to J.J. McCarthy. If J.J. McCarthy was what they thinking he is, why didn't Minnesota just put all their eggs in one basket and take? Why didn't Chicago put everything in their basket and take him number 1 over Caleb Williams? See, that's where I'm going with this thing. Y'all pay attention, peak game. Y'all pay attention to what's put out in front of you and what you consume and what you eat without looking at the numbers. There's no way that the Chicago Bears have more to work with than the Minnesota Vikings. With that being said, we'll jump into a little bit of what we think some of these teams are going to do when the season rolls around. Look, folks, it's already May. We got June, July, and August. And we got 90 days, man. We'll be right back on this thing. Like for real. Time flies. Time flies, and we appreciate everybody tuning in and chiming in. This is the Just North Sports Show. So, Juice Man, real quick, I need an early NFL Rookie of the Year. Early
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, just way too early. They didn't even put the pads on or nothing.
Let me think. Gosh. Wow. It's a good question, man. I have to think real hard. Gosh. Why don't you go first? Because I don't know. You got one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
NFL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jaden. I'm gonna go Jaden out there in DC.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's a surprisingly good football team. Now I do know they have some offensive line questions,
Mm-hmm.
but if you look at the weapons that he has around him, and he's a dual threat quarterback, I think we could be looking at him putting up some good numbers in Cliff Kingsbury's offense.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't expect McCarthy to put up just gaudy, huge numbers. I just don't expect it. But then again, he could. What I mean, gaudy, huge numbers. I don't think he throws anywhere near 35 touchdowns. Look, people, we're not looking at the second coming of Dan Marino and J.J. McCarthy. Even though he's taking fourth, he's in the right place at the right time. Mm-hmm. He could throw for 26, 27 touchdowns, maybe 10, 12 picks. I don't think he's not the type of quarterback that you're just going to say, hey, go get this thing. He's in the right place at the right time. Mm-hmm. Caleb Williams could put up monster numbers and have a losing season. I think if you're looking for balance, give me the kid, Jayden. Give me the Heisman Trophy winner. He's in Washington. Mm-hmm. Philadelphia's kind of under reconstruction. Dallas has a lot to prove still. The Giants are still trying to figure out what they're gonna do. He could rack up some numbers out there. I think you got to pay attention to that Commanders offense, and if you can pick up what Kingsbury puts down, he could put up 30 and like 5-6 rushing touchdowns and 30 passing touchdowns because he got the weapons.
Okay, I got one for you, man.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
I say Marvin Harrison Jr. because I think Kyler Murray has I think he's struggled because he hasn't really had that number one receiver. I know he had a guy in DeAndre Hopkins who's he's been in the league a long time and battled injury, but I think it's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. Rookie of the Year. This is going to be a bounce back for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals.
Okay, so you got Marvin Harrison?
Marvin Harrison Jr., yep.
All right, there you hear it, folks. Juice Man's got Marvin Harrison Jr. as the NFL Rookie of the Year. I'm going to go McDaniels. I'm going to go Jaden Daniels, excuse me. I'm butchering his name. I'm all over the place this morning. Yeah, give me the rookie quarterback going to the Commanders. I got him winning the NFL Rookie of the Year. And that's it, folks. That's my take on the NBA playoffs. We got the young Bulls coming back. When I mean the young Bulls, we got Ant-Man. We got, you see what I'm saying? We got Brunson. You see what I'm saying? We got Halliburton. We got some young blood going on here. We got SGA doing this thing. Joker and Murray. They're not too long in the tooth. These are relatively. Yeah, these are relatively young teams. You see what I'm saying? Luka's relatively young. Dallas is relatively young. Kyrie's been through some battles. We don't have these over the age of 36 veterans trying to hold on and force, and go through the playoffs. Like this is fresh blood. It's new territory. If you're a Boston Celtics fan, Tatum and Brown.
You better get it. You better get it. If they don't get it now, they need to break it up.
You got it. Tatum and Brown, no excuses. Boy, if you don't win it this year, take that Kobe elbow sleeve off and just discard it. Here's the thing with that whole thing, and then we're going to get up out of here. This could be a whole other show. If you're a Boston Celtics fan, there's no way in the world, I don't care what Kobe Bryant meant to him. No disrespect to Kobe, no disrespect to his tragic demise, but no, dude, you can't come in here. You're not coming in here wearing no. I'm sorry. You're a Boston Celtics. You're not coming here wearing no sleeves. No. That's just not how that works. You're a Boston Celtics. You can't wear no Kobe sleeves and all that stuff.
No.
I agree with you. No, not in the game time. Not in the game time. But that's just the new age, and that's what it is. And I guess it's ironic that, we let off the show with some of the new Bulls and the young blood coming into the NBA to take us on home, taking out some of that UFL, USFL, United States Football League. I'll be checking some of that out today. And then today at 5 o'clock on TNT, we got the aforementioned Young Bull Anthony Edwards. They're taking on the Denver Nuggets in Game 1. So we'll be back at some point next week. We're trying to get back on schedule. I appreciate the guys holding it down. In my absence, had some things going on, had to get in order. But it felt good to get back in here and just kind of,
Glad to have you back, man.
Just kind of throw some, work some of this rust off, as y'all can tell. I'm kind of rusty with it. But, hey, if you love something, you're going to do it, and it never really leaves you. A lot of people do this thing just to, get on here. It's just, they just want to be seen. But if you really, really like it, you're going to try to put out a good product, and it never really leaves you. It's either in you or it ain't. So that's that, man. We're going to be back at some point. Appreciate all the love, man. This is the Just Know It Sports Show. Y'all check us wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us all over the socials, man. Y'all liking, y'all sharing, y'all subscribe. Help us continue to push towards our goal, man. We got a long way to go. We got a lot of more content coming up. NBA playoffs. Gonna be winding down. Juice, man, what you got to say before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, man. Hey, it's glad to have you back, man. We've missed you, man. You make this thing go. We've tried to, at least I've tried to keep the show going, man. And I'm glad to have you back, man. And looking forward to the weeks to come.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back. Don't forget, man. We still rocking with that voicemail thing, man. Sometimes I still listen to some of these old clips that we had when people used to call in and leave some voicemails.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get that thing back up and running, man. We'll get it back up and running. But until next time, y'all like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, man. Y'all know what it is. Just Know It Sports Show, and we'll catch y'all. And in the meantime, y'all stay up. Later.